My name's Guy Kesterman. Been a professional mountain bike and kit tester for over 25 years. And today, I'm riding the new On-One Huntsman Steel Allrounder hardtail. And to be honest, this was supposed to be the first of a 3 or 4 day bike packing adventure all the way from Machynlleth up to Conwy as part of a recce ride for a new Cycling UK route, showing off the bike packing and distance riding ability of a well-rounded steel hardtail covered in bottle cage mounts. But unfortunately, the beautiful freezing weather that we had is starting to go already and properly turn into rain tomorrow, so it's going to look miserable. I'm going to be miserable, and frankly I think they'll get better video coverage if I do it another time. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to come out here to the summit trail at Nantarian and enjoy the other side of the Huntsman. The fact it's a really vibrant, high value, all round good time bike. So before things get too clarty, let's have a quick look at the details on this bike. So DN6 triple butted 4130 chrome ollie tubing, and straight in On-One aficionados will recognise that 5-piece wishbone seat stay arrangement there. Originally a kind of skit on the classic De Curve hardtails of the late 90s. First appeared on On-Ones on the legendary On-One inbred single speed, and this is very much the kind of spiritual successor of that bike, because as you go to the far end here, might be a top value frame, but you're still getting adjustable rear dropouts. That extends the rear length from 440 to 455, which has significant effect on the geometry. Also means that you can run it single speed if you don't want gears on here. Plus, combined with these fully open yoke rather than the bridge, these machined sections at the front of the chainstays, it'll take up to a 2.8 inch tyre. Now allegedly these Panaraces are 2.35, but with the calipers on them they're actually nearer 2.1. So but you can see tons of room in there, and you know, loaded with other nice practical features on this bike. You've got external hose routing, cable routing there, nice easy servicing. The only thing that runs internally is the cable for this Selkoff dropper post. That is an extra upgrade when you go through the bike builder on Planet X stroke On-One, because obviously all these On-One and Planet X bikes are built to order when you go on the website, so they'll take a few days to get to you. But you can have, you know, it's not a massively extensive spec, you know, but you can choose different stems, different bars, different saddles, different seat posts, and yeah, so on, just to get. But basically it's an ability for you to sort out the bike fit for yourself. It is a value bike, so you're getting a RockShox Judy fork, you're getting the basic level brakes on here with a rather clumsy clamp, but you're still getting SRAM Eagle, so you've got a wide range 1150 cassette on the rear there. You're getting WTB SCI 30 tubeless ready rims. Like I say, tyres are pretty basic. This is kind of I remember selling Panaracer Fires when I was at Zyro in them, I think about 95. So, I mean, it definitely a tried and tested tread pattern, but relatively hard compound. So, but on the plus side, that'll roll really, really well on tarmac, which is why I was going to run these for the bike packing trip. But we'll see how they get on around the snow and ice around here. And talking of bike packing, you've got 1, 2, 3 bottle cage bolts on here, so you can load it up with plenty of drinking or, you know, whatever accessories you want to put on those mounts, and obviously plenty of room in this sloped frame for a frame bag as well. And if you didn't have a dropper on there, well, you could have a quick release seat pack on there. You could get all your Podsacks bike packing gear on there, because I'm sorry, that was a bit cheesy, but you know, On-One Planet X, same company, does do Podsacks bike packing gear with similar value and similar practicality to this bike. But what else is there to say on it, really? I don't know. Let's get riding and explain it while we're going along. And while that steel tube set might look pretty retro. And like I say, it is, you know, a throwback to that 90s, well, the bike that pretty much established on one's reputation as a go-to, brilliantly designed bargain mountain bikes. The geometry of this Huntsman actually bang on. So 65-degree head angle, 75-degree seat angle, and separated on this large by 470mm for each. So I can tell you, it's the kind of stable, confidence enhancing setup you want when you're riding ice under snow trails on plastic panel races on a route that you've not done since last century. I don't think. Covered this quite a lot when it opened back in the late 90s, Nantarian, and actually worked for the Mountain Bike website, Mountain Bike Wales website for a while. But so really great to get back here, and actually really nice to get here on something with a retro vibe. It's a lovely, lively ride, this already. I mean, Judy Falk, I think, might be suffering a bit in the cold by the feel of it. It's not at its most fluid. Might let some pressure out of there. Because it's normally quite a nice, comfy little unit. Not the stiffest, it's only got very skinny legs. But to be honest, I don't think there's going to be enough traction to really find that out today. But yeah, I mean, there's rocks under here, but it's flowing over them really nicely. Even though these aren't tubeless tyres, so running slightly higher pressures than they normally would. Like I said, they are narrower than listed, but you can definitely feel there's more give in this frame than there would be if it was aluminium or a stiffer carbon. But obviously they have got those options available. You got the carbon fibre Whippet from Huntsman, which is kind of XC race hardtail, or again can be configured as a bike packing bike, or you've got the Scandal, and then if you're feeling fancy and spendy, you got the Titus range, the LV Vadiero as the all-rounder, and then you've got more steel options as well if you want something a bit more hardcore, you know, not as kind of as slim steel all-rounder, and you don't need those single speed mounts. Then you've got the big dog, and if you fancy super crazy steel, you got the Hello Dave, which is about as rad as you'll get from anyone. But I have to say, well, they're a little bit nervy in the turns. These Fire Sport tyres still grip all right on the snow, and they roll nice and easy too. But the great thing about this summit trail here at Nantarian, and the Safidrin, which is the black, which goes even further out towards McCuncliffe, is it is proper old school. So it does take you out into what probably would be classed as kind of gravel riding, you know, fire roads through forests. But these amazing lakeland scenery out here, and I have to say, this little chap, the Huntsman, having a... Oh, it's always worth a bit of slip and slide to put the first tyre tracks in on fresh snow. Woo! But I'm glad I've got that dropper upgrade on here just to let me lower my centre of gravity, add a bit more confidence. But even though you know, 15.5 kilos this bike in this spec, you know, partly due to the spec, but also steel's heavier than alloy, titanium and carbon, obviously. But I mean, that's the bite of a enduro bike, really. But I'm always wary of putting pricing information on One or Planet X videos, or even Titus videos, because I have a habit of, as soon as I post a video, throwing in a mad deal on whatever bike it was. Did that on the Silk Road Titanium adventure gravel bike, mountain bike from Titus, and I went mad on the Rujo, which is essentially the steel version, essentially the gravel version. Sorry, I'm really having to concentrate on the trail here. The gravel version of this bike with very similar DN6 steel tube set. I think they knocked about 50% off that for a day, so make sure you sign up to the Planet X on One newsletter if you are interested in this bike. But I can certainly recommend it for riding like this. Oh yeah, no, sorry, that's the point I was trying to get to. Currently listed at £1,300 before you put the dropper upgrade on. And not only are the angles on this bike sorted, but you got decent width riser bar and a short stem, so nice and manoeuvrable for flicking through the trees that way. Because you've got those adjustable dropouts on the rear, that means you can actually slacken it out on the back end for more stability if you want. But really nice, fun, responsive ride. Although these grips are a bit firm. Huh? Sorry, I'm talking to the GoPro. Oh. And well, you know, the brakes, the fork, the tyres of this bike are definitely basic. The heart of it, this steel frame, is an absolute joy. Really well shaped. I mean, to be fair, I don't think it doesn't feel as smooth as the Big Dog or Hello Dave. Maybe it's those adjustable dropouts or that wishbone back end, especially with these narrower tyres with tubes in rather than tubeless. So I'd definitely get tubeless tyres in here. On One, do a range of options on the bike builder. Obviously you can build it up from a frame as well, but this is sketchy. But you know, it's not a case of it being affordable because it's an out-of-date frame set in terms of geometry, which is the case in a lot of brands and bikes. Oh, I kind of wish you could see how much outrigger and slide action is going on at the back of this bike. But what was I on about? Oh yeah, feel. So yeah, a little bit stiffer at the back end, so you know, maybe make the most of that massive tyre clearance. Like I say, you get a 2.8 in here if you want. Make it a proper big fatty. Oh, this is rowdy. And the good news is, because it's a tapered compatible head tube and it's a bolt through fork, you're not going to have to buy anything extra in terms of wheels when you upgrade, which is very rare at this price point. You'll often find it's a QR, fork, or even a straight steerer at this price point these days. because this is the one that's been hardest hit by all the price changes recently. Budget bikes, in so many cases, really are feeling significantly compromised. But apart from being fairly harsh up front, which I think is a bar and grip thing, this has been an absolute blast around here. Right, this could be fun. The new blue Anant. But like I say, whoa! Holy! Oh, this is Ken Block Drift Fest. This is. Come on, aim for the bits of tarmac we can see. Oh, I hope some of this comes out on the GoPro, because this has been hilarious. Hey, hey, whoop! It's gone. Can't really clean the lens though. Yeah, this is just a great fun bike. Hey, for drifting, bike packing, exploring, meeting up with other random people on the trails, just doing everything that makes mountain biking such a good laugh at a really accessible price point. Actually, if you get your feet out, hey, go on, Fire Sport. That old school tread pattern actually doing an okay job, as long as you get her a lent. Woo-hoo. I am bound to absolutely bite it now. I fully deserve to. Whoa! There we go. But, you know, like I say, having that short stem on there means that when it does understeer on this ice, you've at least got rapid reactions, and then the dropper as well, keeping your weight down. When you can find grip. Ah, yes. It might not have been what I intended doing, but to be honest, this ride, this whole weekend of possibilities has just been an ideal showcase for this bike and bikes like it. Just pack up the van, take whatever kit you've got, and just make the most of the opportunity to escape and have a blast. Dead slow, it's a bit late. Telling me to do that now. Boom! Well, Lord knows how much of that is going to be watchable, so apologies for the water all over the lens and the squeaking and shrieking as I've been going sliding around on the ice, but I'll probably stick it up anyway, knowing me, because at the end of the day, it's just a brilliant showcase of how versatile a bike this Huntsman is. You know, came here fully intending to do 3 days of bike packing through Snowdonia, ended up in slush, ice and sleet, having a hoot on some proper old school single track and wilderness sections. And that's what, you know, a classic steel, kind of retro look, but very modern featured bike in terms of tyre clearance, in terms of geometry, and in terms of, you know, single ring and Eagle kit and everything, tubeless ready rims. It's a great package for the money, and, you know, it's just another really good option from On. Like I say, you've got the big dog, the more conventional hardtail without that back end, that adjustable back end on it. Then you've got Hello Dave, which is their crazy radical one. And then if you do want, you know, more of an XC feel, you've got the carbon fibre whippet or the lighter On One Scandal too. But thanks for bearing with me in this particularly soggy top of the mountain at Nanzarian. Massive thanks to On One for sponsoring this edit and well, sponsoring a whole series of edits on One bikes. Hopefully you realise that doesn't make any change in the honesty of my opinion on it. You know, like I say, it's a little heavy. The back end's firmer than some of their other steel bikes, and the brakes and fork are definitely on the basic side. But you know, for the money, still an absolutely cracking package. And yeah. Thanks very much for my Patreon supporters who pledge to the channel on a monthly basis, and they also make a big difference in the sustainability of Guy Kez TV in terms of me being able to spend time talking to you on a GoPro. But for now, I've been Guy Kestevan on Guy Kez TV in a soggy but snowy Nantarian, mid-Wales, talking about top value, top versatility, vibrant riding, On One Huntsman steel hardtail.